Hey there friends, it's Marie and welcome back to my channel. I'm showing off the September Glimmer kit from Spellbinders. I can't believe we're in September already, but this kit is so cute. It's got all the rainbow things, and I'll be showing you how I made sort of an organic rainbow kind of theme, or like I like to call it, the human rainbow, because I did skin tones and I think it turned out really fun. So here are all the little pieces that you'll get with your Glimmer kit. You have 3 sentiments, you've got your Glimmer plates, you also have a few dies. So you have this die here that cuts out not only those rainbow bands, but a little rainbow outline. And you have a little die that cuts out a cloud. So I'll be showing you a few ways to use these Glimmer plates with your dies. And here is one card that I've made. I'm going to show you how to recreate this, and I'll also have another card picture at the end that'll show you a few different variations, but I'll show you how to get all those rainbow bands on there and then glimmer on top of them. But this is a really fun kit and I really enjoyed working with it, and I think you would love it too. So if you're excited, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, give me a like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's make a card. So as you can see, I'm already going ahead and die cutting a few pieces here. I'm using those die cuts. I've cut a cloud and I'll also cut several more, but I just wanted to show you what they look like when they're cut. And I'm poking out all of the pieces from this rainbow die. Now this cuts out these bands and it cuts out that little outline. So you're going to want to take your tool in one and just kind of pop out this little die cut here. It's actually really small, and you're going to want to pull it out of the die gently. It likes to stick, but you don't want it to rip, so just gently kind of pull it out there. And I'm sorry that I'm off camera. I'm working with a new camera setup. We finally are settled in a home. We've been through a move recently, but I'm getting everything set up in my craft area. So still kind of learning where my camera boundaries are. Anyway, like I mentioned, I'm going to color these rainbow bands in skin tones, and I'm using my Copics to do this. I've kind of showed you the number of this Copic here, but I'll also link, or I'm not sure if I can link below, but it's from Amazon. I ordered these Copics from Amazon, and it's just their skin tone collection. I believe there's about 6 Copic markers that come in this skin tone. So the next here I'm using is E11. It's called Barley. It's just sort of a lightish tan color. So I've started with that pink, that blush. I'm coming into lightish tan, and I'm going to go for darker and darker browns on the 2 last rainbow bands there. And I'm just going to kind of build up this rainbow. Now, looking through Pinterest, looking through Instagram, I've noticed this sort of organic rainbow theme popping up where it's these muted colors or these brownish colors and pink. And it also reminds me of the human rainbow with the difference of skin colors that we all have. And I thought that would just be a really fun and beautiful way to use this rainbow die cut set and glimmer set. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for today. Now, after I have those bands all colored there, I'm just showing you that you've got all of these glimmer plates that will add a glimmered detail to each of the band if you wanted to. You could go ahead and use this die outline as sort of a guide to put your glimmer plates in if you wanted to glimmer the whole rainbow. I'm just going to go ahead and glimmer these on top of some of the bands, and I'm going to show you how I'll do that. Now I'm using this glimmer plate. This is kind of the same as that die cut outline, only this is a glimmer outline. So I'm kind of trying to tape it in the middle of my cardstock. I'm just going to use one rainbow here and glimmer it. I like to position my glimmer plates in the right spot by using a little bit of washi tape. I tape it down, and then I flip up that plate like a hinge, put my foil underneath and flip it down, and it's going to stay in the right place. Now when I take this plate off after running it through my glimmer machine, it is kind of hot, so I use those magnetic tongs to kind of flip it off, and then I peel off the foil, and you can see how gorgeous that is. Now I'm using the gold foil that has sort of a rainbow shine to it, but the foil that came with the kit this month is a rainbow foil, and I'll show you that too. I'm going to rainbow foil the sentiments, but I wanted to use this gold on top of all of these organic colors. I think the gold just really looks pretty, and you can see here now that I have my little rainbow outline glimmered, I'm just going to go ahead and glue in all of these little bands that I colored. So you can see here on the sample card what I'm going for, what this card's going to kind of look like. But before I go ahead and glue pieces down, I want to glimmer that sentiment. Now here's that rainbow foil. Like you can see, it's really beautiful. I love this foil. It looks great on the sentiments. And it's pretty all on its own, but once you tip these foiled cards in the light and all of those colors kind of shine and show up, it's just really pretty to hold these cards in your hand and just kind of tip them around and see all that foiled goodness on top of your cards there. It's really fun once you get the hang of foiling to just add foil to everything. So I ran that through my machine or through my die cutting machine, pressed that foil in. You can see that bee there had a little extra foil. I just rubbed that away with my fingers. It rubs off very easily. And if you get a little bit of foil in an area that it's not supposed to be, sometimes you can take a sand eraser and just gently erase it away. So no big deal. Just have fun with your foiling. So I've gone ahead and I've glued down these rainbow bands, and I'm putting these little foiled bands on top. I'm just going to foil one of these bands, and I'm using that washi tape hinge, or the purple tape hinge, if you will. And I'm just putting some foil down on that. Now I am running this through my machine, and since it's going through 2 layers of cardstock now, it's going to be pressed a little bit harder down onto the paper. So sometimes when I'm foiling on these bands, like I did here, there's a little bit of over foiling that happens where some of the foil gets onto the cardstock where the glimmer plate didn't push it in, if that makes sense. A little bit too much foiling. So like I did before, you can rub it away with your finger or maybe use a sand eraser, or I just left it because I thought it looked fine and I didn't want to mess it up. But I'm going to go ahead and add my clouds now. I've cut 3 of them out. I'm kind of layering them together and just adding them on the sides of my rainbow here, right over the sentiment and at the bottom of my rainbow. And I'm actually going to add some more glitter and texture to these clouds by adding a little bit of this Nuvo Glacier paste and just kind of adding it with a paintbrush. Now I tapped it on with my paintbrush, so I did leave it a little bit textured. So maybe it looked like a fluffy cloud or something. And I noticed with my first cloud that I must not have cleaned my paintbrush because it tinted that cloud a little bit pink. But thank goodness it was pink, so it goes with the whole organic rainbow kind of theme, and it wasn't like blue or green or something. So it worked out all right. But there's a little tip for you. If you like to kind of tint your pastes, you can do that with watercolor or different pigments, and that works as well. So if you put a little layer of that Glacier paste on, it's going to dry really quickly. So I just left it for a minute to dry while I went and I washed off my paintbrush because I have a really bad habit of not washing my paintbrushes. So I went to wash it off. I came back and it was pretty much dry, so I'm adding some foam adhesive to the back of this card panel, and I'm going to adhere it down. Now you might notice that I put a few of those strips of cardstock on my card base behind this front panel. And it's just a few pieces of brown cardstock, few strips, and it kind of mimics that rainbow kind of theme on the front of the card. Just a cute little detail in the background. And I'm adding some little sequins and some of these little clay hearts from Trinity stamps. It's a little clay heart mix, rainbow colors. I picked out some whites and pinks because I thought that went well with this whole theme, and I'm just gluing it down and just adding some more shine around the rainbow and the clouds there. So I thought that was really cute, and that kind of finishes the card. It's another style kind of similar to the one that I showed you in the beginning, but you can see as you tip this in the light, all of that foil start to shine, and that rainbow foil especially, you can see all the colors there just pick up that light and just shine, and I think it's really pretty. Now I did another card where I used this curved sentiment on top of a rainbow, and that looked really fun too. And I just kind of layered rainbows all over the background, and I thought that was really fun. So I'll have a picture there next of that rainbow I did. Otherwise, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like, comment, share, tap that bell for notifications, do all the things, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.